Would you rather get a rejection text or get ghosted? If you had to choose from the two, which one would you go for? Oh my word. Good evening. This is Eric, and this is Eric's Stories. I want us to talk about ways to communicate disinterest. We only showcase the highlights of a relationship when two people are getting married, or maybe they've been fianced, or maybe they've gone for the traditional wedding. But there are so many semblances of relationships which happen before that finality that a lot of us desire. Maybe, a partner that has chosen you so that you live together happily ever after. And we meet people sometimes we don't quite like, and they do things that we do not like. And ghosting has become so rampant. It has. So, in the hope to make ghosting extinct, I thought we'll have a conversation with you about ways to communicate disinterest. Because, like it or not, there are people who would like you and you don't like them back, or you like them and they don't like you back, and that's just life. We are not always who the other person needs. So, what I decided to do is to think of the most likeliest of scenarios, some that have happened to me, others I've read in books, others I've had in conversations, and then I drafted some ideal responses in my mind so that you save yourself the weirdness of trying to run away or hiding when you see them in the supermarket because you ghosted them. And I think also as adults, we can just try and improve in our communication. Not just when things are going right, we could also communicate when things are not so pleasant. So, first scenario, say the person you you went on a date with, who keeps following up. You went on a date, you didn't quite like them, but they're so persistent. Have you ever met somebody like that? I mean, you're just like, John, I don't feel you like that. But then you decide, or your girlfriend say, I just ignore, he'll get the hint and then stop texting. Instead of ignoring, I think you could text John, let's call him, and say, it was really nice meeting you, John, but I just don't see this working. Or another text would be, it was nice meeting you, but I am not interested. Thanks for dinner, thanks for lunch, or thanks for breakfast. Whatever John bought you, or wherever place you met, or whichever time you met. That should suffice, don't you think? Instead of just keeping quiet. Second scenario, for a person who feels more like a good friend than a romantic partner. I've met such. I mean, they are cool people, nothing wrong with them, but you just are not attracted to them like that. Hi, it's been super fun hanging out, I would say, especially hanging out with you. But I think I get more of a friend's vibe between us, and I would love to still hang out if you're down for it. Or I think you're a really cool person, but I don't think I am in the same page as you right now. I would love to continue hanging out as friends though. So it's out there. You're not interested romantically. You like them as a friend. So they can pursue friendship, but nothing squeeze. What do you think? For the person who likes you more than you like them, oh my goodness. By show of hand, who's met somebody who likes them a lot? Have you met somebody who likes you super duperly, excessively? They buy you flowers, you're like, you're embarrassing me. The bouquet was so big. It's been nice getting to know you, but the more time we spend together, the more I realize we are just on different pages. I don't think it's going to work. Tell them. You've not insulted them, just say you don't think it's going to work. Fourth scenario, for someone who is inconsistent, those who only text on weekends or after midnight, booty call, or they call you when they're as drunk as a skunk. Sorry, your lifestyle is a little too chaotic for me right now. I am not interested. Thanks. You could also proceed after such a text and block them, maybe. I think, what do you think? It's very important because now you'll be like, I like him, but he only texts at 2 o'clock, and then sometimes he just hoovers around. He goes and likes my sixth pic from 6 weeks ago, and then he'll be like, hi, how are you? Hi, Sophie. And I'm like, what is this guy on about? Is he committed? Is he not? Does he like me? Does he not? If he's inconsistently consistent, communicate that you don't appreciate that lifestyle and that you can take it to someplace else, I think. For a person who wasn't good in bed, you've been hanging out, you've gone for a few dates, you think you like his vibe or her vibe, but they just didn't get you there. They just didn't get you there. And they're really, really at the bottom of the pile, way down there. It's untrainable. It's untrainable. You felt nothing. Hi, what do we call him? Ben. It's been a while since I've had these kind of intimacy with someone, and it's made me realize I'm not super ready for a committed relationship. I am sorry. That saves you the wahala of discussing their inadequacies. Or you could say, in my mind, you're a great person, but I don't really feel a romantic connection. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Instead of continuing with the date, and it's like, let's do it again, like we did it last Friday, and you're like, oh my God, it was so horrible. So just end it, especially if you don't like them like that. What do you think? You know? It can work. For a person who you've led on, you've led them on for far too long. Because maybe you're trying to figure out and decide if you like them. Have you ever met somebody like that? I mean, you're just, they're comme ci, comme ça. The height is just right. He speaks quite well. He's fairly decent. He ticks a few boxes, or majority many. And you're thinking, all right, let me see. And then week 6 laps, but then the uncertainty rises more than the certainty, and he's very excited. I mean, you've gone on trips, maybe around your town, or even had a couple of dinners and gone to the movies and had ice cream. And you see he's building up momentum, but you're becoming more and more certain that you don't want to do anything serious with them. So what do? Do you just hopefully go on so you don't hurt them? I wouldn't do that. All right? So I would say to such a person, I really am sorry to do this, but the more we hang out, Joachim, the more I realize the spark is missing between us. I hope you understand. Or put another way, I would say, while I've had so much fun with you, Joachim, for the past few weeks, I don't see these working out. I am sorry. Don't be ghosting people. What do you think? I think this should help. For the person whose politics are too drastically different than yours, we all know those people. You're just like, there's no way I'll ever introduce them to my friends, or no, I'll ever introduce them to my family. And also, that they voted such a person just says that we can't quite get along. There are people who actually are drawn to or against people with different political persuasions. So I would say, sorry, I literally cannot date somebody who voted for Donald Trump. I can't. I am sorry. I cannot. Jessica, I can't. We have completely different values. It's a no for me. It is harder. I agree, it's very hard to communicate disinterest. But we need to try and learn to communicate. I'm trying. I'm not always particularly proud, especially in the yesteryears, how I handled certain situations. But I would say with my chest out that I communicated. Even in the most unpleasant times, I communicated. All right? So if they dug deeper and say, oh, explain, yada, yada, that's not your responsibility. But you just want to communicate that going forward, you don't want to pursue the things that they've been trying to pursue with you. All right? And let's not kid each other. It's painful. It's very painful to be rejected, because that's what it tantamounts to. You are rejecting me. But it's part and parcel of life. And if somebody sends you a disinterest, a text, or maybe on the phone, or they sat you down and talk to you, take it well. Take it well, so that you don't make them uncomfortable. Don't insult them. Don't call them names. Don't say they were wasting your time all the while. They're just, don't insult them. People want what they want, and sometimes we're not what the other person wants. And that is okay. And that is life. Tell me what you think. What did I leave out? Good evening. and have a lovely, lovely Monday. I speak to you soon, yes?